So for this video, we're going to write the expression log base 3 of r times the cube root of ab over c to the fifth as a sum, difference, or product of log. So in this kind of problem here, there's three properties that tend to get used for this kind of problem here. They're called the product rule of logs, the quotient rule of logs, and the power rule of logs. So we can take something like this and expand it out, or we can be given something that's already expanded and then condense it down using the same properties. So typically when it comes to doing these kind of problems here, so if you have a product, that correlates to an addition. If you have a division, that correlates to a subtraction. And if you have any kind of powers like we do here, that then correlates. The power rule just tells us to bring it down in the front, kind of like a coefficient here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rewrite this, and I'm going to stretch this out using those rules. So in the numerator, I see that we have r times the cube root of a times b. All right, so that's all multiplication going on in the numerator. All right, so that's three different things getting multiplied, r times the a times the b. So I'm going to use the product rule for logs 3 times on that. So that's log base 3 of r. And the product rule says when you multiply, we rewrite this as an addition. So then log base 3 of the a plus log base 3 of the b. Now, a and b are both cube roots, right? So that says the cube root of a times b. That's also the same thing as a times b raised to the 1/3 power. A cube root and a 1/3 power are exactly the same thing. And if we see it this way here, hopefully that's going to click in your head, or some kind of bells are going off to let you know, hey, that's the power rule for logs, saying that if any of them are raised to a power, we bring that down to the front as a coefficient. So since a and b are both being raised to the 1/3 power, that 1/3 needs to go out here in front, only for the a and the b, right? Because the cube root is only for the a and the b, not for the r. Then we're dividing this, so when we have a division, that correlates to a subtraction, and we're dividing by c, right? And that c is being raised to the 5th power, so that 5 would go down here in the front. Actually, let me rewrite that. So that would be minus, because of the division, log base 3 is going to be attached to every single one of these, and that's c. But because it's raised to the 5th power, that means that we bring that down in the front. Otherwise, I believe I took care of everything, right? We have r, we have a and b both raised to the 1/3, we have our division here, and then c was being raised to the 5th. So this is what it's going to look like after we use those properties to expand it out. Otherwise, that's it for this video.